Have you ever heard that the riches are in the niches? Well, it applies to real estate as well. You've heard so many places, maybe if you're looking at moving to Nashville, you've heard about maybe Green Hills, Forest Hills, Oak Hill, Mount Juliet, Smyrna. You've heard about these big cities, but what you maybe haven't heard about is the tiny niches of communities that really don't have a name. Now, I've talked to many people here on this show about Bellevue. You can't find Bellevue on the map, but it's a community that is well known by locals, and it might be a good spot for you. But today we're not going to talk about Bellevue either. We're coming closer into town. I have so many people who want to be close to 5-10 minutes max from Target, from the grocery stores. They want to be near greenways and parks. They want to be close to downtown Nashville for when they want to go there. They maybe plan to go more than once or twice a year for just football and a concert now and then, but they want to get down there a lot, whether it's for work or just for play and the fun things to do downtown Nashville. So it's very difficult to find. I have so many people who are younger, maybe medical residents or maybe students recently graduated, and they really want to be close into town where all the cool, hip, trendy, fun things are, but they want more of a community than a busy lifestyle of that midtown area with all the condos and the heavy traffic. Look, you've got to find somebody who knows their city inside and out. And I want to share with you a small neighborhood that actually even my mother knew when she was a young mom. Many of her friends lived in this area and they had their first children here. I want to share it with you. It's a niche. You wouldn't know to ask about it if you're moving to Nashville, but if you're moving to Nashville, then reach out to me. I know many of these little niches that could be the perfect spot for you. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at where we are. This is going to be the corridor between Harding Road and over at Charlotte. Now, you've heard me many times mention the fact that our roads change names quite a bit. Harding Road, after you've come through Belmead going north toward town, Harding Road then becomes West End, which becomes Broadway once 21st Avenue merges. Where we are is in the little corridor between the city of Belmead and historic area of Cherokee Park, that kind of area. This is the corridor that runs you off of White Bridge Road across up to Charlotte. I'm going to share with you why this is a great area for many people, who it's good for, who it might not be good for, and what you're finding as far as if you're looking for a good investment in growth and all the reasons for that. So take a look. Oh, and I keep forgetting this. I'm Susan Thetford. Why should you listen to me? I'm a realtor here in the Nashville area. I have been a lifelong Nashvillian. No, I am a lifelong Nashvillian. I've been a realtor my entire professional life. I'm a retired general contractor and I love my town. I have many people kind of angry with me. Why are you trying to talk people into coming to Nashville? I'm not. I'm trying to share with you my knowledge about what Nashville is like, what you may find here so that you can discern for yourself whether it's a good fit for you. So if that's for you, come along, subscribe to the show. Every single week I do a new video. Now let's get to it. Let's take just a very short drive to get to the Brookside area. This is one of the few places in Nashville that if you don't have a car and you don't want a car, the bus service is actually pretty good. You will notice we've just passed the one of only 2 Trader Joe's that are in the area. The others in Green Hills. Target is walking distance from the Brookside area. But we also have everything else that you will need. There are doctor's offices. There's so many different restaurants, snack shops, coffee shops. One of the best floral companies that's very old here in Nashville, the Tulip Tree right there. This is about 6 months of the year, runs great outdoor landscaping if you have a green thumb. This is Nashville Tech. I've actually taken a couple good courses there, certainly in horticulture. Great classes for adults, even some really good prices that you can't beat. We are coming up right here on the community, and what you've got is mature trees, a mature neighborhood. All right, so now that you understand a little bit more about the location for this Brookside area, let's talk about a little bit of the history. And of course, that sounds boring, but to know Nashville is to know some of the history of the different enclaves in the different areas. This area, my mom, I think I've mentioned, actually grew up here in Nashville area, and she had many friends. When her friends got married and started having babies, they all lived in this Brookside area. Now, each one of these homes was originally built as a duplex. So 2 families might have lived in each side, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Through time, especially really beginning about the 70s and the 80s, this is an area that people started taking down the walls, combining it into being 1 single family home, probably combining the 2 different laundry rooms that would have been backed up maybe into a kitchen. It's really interesting to walk into each one and see what it originally might have looked like, and creating, for the most part, 3-bedroom homes, or maybe combining 2 bedrooms to be 1 master bedroom. Now, you're gonna find glamorous bathrooms if they've taken out an additional room, or you're gonna find just okay bathrooms. They'll all be tile. They would have all been hardwood floors. They would have all been 8-foot ceilings. They're all built on approximately 1/3 of an acre. Each one has different mortifications. Each has been through the ages, you can imagine. If they're approximately 50 years old, different families have done different things to them. So it's actually really fun to see how they have morphed into what people love today. You're also gonna find the fact that in the 70s and 80s, when I first remember getting into the business, those homes sold at the mid-low 100 price point, depending on the degree of updates. Who bought them then? Everybody who was coming into Vanderbilt, maybe as a medical student or a young physician, everybody bought those homes. That's 100% who was there, because they had to be within a certain amount of time from Vanderbilt, from the hospitals. Now, as time has gone on and the prices have increased, really, Vanderbilt residents can't afford to live there anymore, because these homes are now in the, oh gosh, at least high 400 price point, if it's not really well done, up to mid-6s. So that's now priced the Vanderbilt residents out of being able to buy in that area. But that gives you a little history of the area. Shows you how convenient this area is, and it's getting more so every day because traffic has built up. Within 10-15 minutes of downtown Nashville, within 4 or 5 minutes from the Trader Joe's that's new, the Target that's new, and that's almost a walk in some of these instances. Within a few minutes from the big Kroger shopping center that's on Harding Road. It's about to go through a giant revitalization with some new homes, some luxury condominiums, lots of new stores. This area is in the middle of everything, but as you can see, there's peace and quiet from the standpoint of you've got your own green space. You can put in a garden. You've got the great mature trees. I mean, look at this tree. That's a $100,000 tree in my mind, because I just frankly love trees and I love a mature neighborhood. Who is not for? If you need new, glamorous, nothing wrong with it as far as just a little age. You're gonna find some cracks probably. Now, there's foundation cracks that are really important cracks, and then there's just the cracks that we all get as we age. You know, that's where a good inspection comes into play, and that's that next step, and that's where I come into play for somebody helping that I'm working with. But if you need the perfect home, if you need a glamorous master, if you need big giant rooms, if you need an entry foyer that's magnificent, if you want 9 and 10 foot ceilings, if you want, you know, some of the big glamorous things, no, it's probably not for you, because you're not going to find it unless you tear down one of these homes and build brand new. The market's not there yet. Maybe one day. The other thing it's not for probably now is an investor, because you just can't make the money work if you have to buy a home in the mid 500s and it's only a 2-bedroom, possibly a 3-bedroom, depending on how updated. This is an investor home because, you know, $25,000 to maybe $3,000 a month is the rental values, and those numbers just don't quite work. Most investors want a better return, unless they are very long-term investors, because if you've watched Nashville much, you know that any home within a 15-minute block of downtown on the 440 side has really increased in value tremendously over time. That's the key, over time. But who is it for? Someone who wants convenience, someone who wants safety, someone who wants quieter than some areas on the major streets, but they want to be easy access to the farmers markets, the grocery stores, Target, getting access to Charlotte on the one side or West End on the other. Great for maybe a single mom who has a child, maybe someone who's downsizing, because these are one-level homes. So many people it's wonderful for, but I can promise you, you haven't heard of the word Brookside unless you are kind of native Nashvilleian and you even know how to call it. It's very close to the WSM Tower. As I'm driving through here, you may have seen the tower. We're right underneath, essentially, the WSM Channel 4 News Network towers. Restaurants, convenience, safety, green spaces, charm of an older, mature neighborhood. These are all some of the things that are great about Brookside in my mind. What do you like? What is it that you want in a home? Is newer the thing you have to have at this kind of price point? I can find that for you, but that does mean going further out of town to newer construction, and you're gonna be not in Davidson County for that newer construction at this price point. We're gonna be in one of the outlying counties, which is fine if that works for you. Lifestyle, convenience, what are you looking for? Reach out to me. Happy to talk to you as I do so many other people. Let's talk about your specific needs and we can find the perfect home for you here in Nashville. Till next week.